Hi, my name is Bryan Tinkey. I've been coming to Lakeside, my family and I, for about 6 years. Lakeside has been influential and has changed my life drastically. For the better part of my life, I have struggled with some sort of an addiction. At the age of 12, I started smoking, and I was already dealing with food addiction to help me cope with just things that were going on at home. At 17, I started dabbling with the harder things. I was essentially looking for happiness in everything except for Christ. At the age of 21, my addictions led me down a pretty dark path. I was facing 25 years to life in prison due to one incident that happened from alcohol. The end of 23, my fasting journey started with an 8-day fast, and that was enlightening. It taught me a lot of things about my addictions. Leading into the 21 days of prayer in January, I was not quite ready to give up food for 21 days, but I was able to give up some other things. And the work that I seen the Holy Spirit do through just that 21 days of fast, and when we were praying for not just for myself, but for others, and to see how God came through in those times was phenomenal. Then as time kind of went on, I felt like I was kind of being led into a longer fast. I called my wife and I said, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but I'm starting a 40-day water fast today. And I spoke with her about it, and I spoke to my closest brothers that helped me along with a lot of things in life. And I told them, I said, guys, I'm going to need as much prayer as you possibly can give me, because I'm not going to be able to do this without God. Day 1 through 15, I felt like I was Superman. It felt amazing. I had energy. After the day 2, day 3, I really didn't have any cravings for anything. The Holy Spirit was really good to me in that time. I would say 16 to day 35, that's really where Christ came through and the Holy Spirit shined through. There was times where I was just very low energy. Christ really had to carry me through. He definitely had to carry me through. It was very eye-opening for me. Day 25, God took an addiction away from me that I've struggled with since I was 13, and that was nicotine. Day 30, he took the other addiction that I had, which was, I've been a marijuana user for years. I used it to cope. I used it to self-regulate. I used it for a lot of things, and it was something that I never thought I would get rid of. But he took that away from me and showed me that I cannot be dependent on anything except for him. Around day 35 and on was probably the hardest times of the fast. It's the last 5 days. This is the home stretch. It's where I really had to dig in and depend solely on Christ and the brothers that I had. The Holy Spirit freed me from addiction that I struggled with my whole life. And not only that, during that time, he answered my prayers and the prayers that I had for others around me, and it really strengthened my spirit. He showed me through this time that there was nothing in this world that I needed to be dependent on except for him. I would encourage you, if you have things that you are struggling with, to look into fasting. I would not encourage a 40-day fast unless you were called to it, because it's something that I could not have done without being led by the Holy Spirit and the help of the Holy Spirit and a solid team of brothers and people praying for me every day and praying over me. If it wasn't for the Holy Spirit, I don't know where I would be at today. And with him bringing me through that 40-day fast that I was so hesitant on doing, but I am so grateful that he brought me through it, because I am a different man today. He freed me from a life of addictions. I am able to sit here free, unbound, unchained from so many things. I would encourage you to really look hard into fasting. Fasting there's power in fasting. And if you have never done it, I would encourage you to do it for sure, because the Bible tells us to do it, for one, and it definitely grows your faith.